Hello, welcome to Flooring Models Kit Review time. Today we've got Zvezda's 1/35th scale. This is the Ural truck, the 4320. Okay, disclaimer, this will be a totally biased review that you'll ever see in your life, purely because I love these trucks. I've got a real thing for this big, heavy-duty, six-wheel drive, 1970s classic truck that Russia uses. And I've always said if I could ever own one, I would, because I just think they're the most meanest-looking trucks you can get out there. There's just something about it being Russian. It has that look, the size of the thing, and the power as well. So it's going to be a little bit of a biased review, but definitely one I'm going to be building very, very soon here at Flooring Models as well. So keep an eye out for it. Anyway, here we go. So you've actually got a lovely little bit of box art on the front. As I said before, this truck has been around a long, long time, to the point of view where it was first produced in 1977 and then it's had various updates, but really it is just the same from back in the 70s. Obviously this is a lot more modern version of, or incarnation of, but as you can see there's just something about it. So running around on the box, we've got your colour call outs, obviously Humbrol and Zvezda colours just down in there as well. Decals, as you can imagine you're not going to get much on here. A little bit of it, parts count saying 357 parts. It's going to be around about 22 centimetres long. Okay, and we've got it just up there. So it's got a kit number. Kit number is 3654. You can see there. A couple of other things they've done. We've actually done the review on the howitzer system down there as well. And then on the back, which you do get with Zvezda kits, is pictures of it built up as well. And again, it is very, very nice. You can see good levels of detail once you're going to have it there. And you can have it with the rag top on it or without, whichever way you want to do it as well. So again, something very nice about this. So into the box, which is sealed, as always. Disclaimer, I haven't looked in this. I've never been inside one of these boxes. I can't get in it even. Okay, so usual thing with Zvezda, you have this sort of box within a box, which actually is quite nice because too many times even, manufacturers will just do it in these flimsy boxes. Yes, Rebel, I'm talking to you. And they're rubbish because they get flattened and the parts get damaged and everything else. So Zvezda, you still get a nice box inside, which is easy then for working with it. So it's going to come along and it lifts open. And as you can see, it's no lightweight. We've actually got a really good parts counter in here. Those tyres, I tell you what, picking that up, that is serious rubber there. That's actually very heavy. Okay, so we've got clear parts down in there. And then we can find the old instructions. That's the bit we want. We'll deal with that in a moment. Okay, so just move those over there. So, as always, we will start on the instructions. So as you can see, a little bit about it, just down in here, multiple languages. Got your normal layout down in there, and then straight into it. So this does have quite a lot of detail, all right? So we've got a full detailed engine down in here as well, so you can do the assembly for all of that. There is even the towing brackets, things like that, going down in here. All right, chassis, as you might imagine, very well detailed and put together all the way through, right the way through. So you've got all the actual transmission, the running gear and everything being fitted down into that one right the way through. Lots of it as well. So obviously we've got the drive shafts all being put through and everything else like that. And then relief springs and all that type of garbage going down in there. Exhaust system coming off the back. So obviously twin exhaust coming down and then obviously to the one poking out the rear. Okay, we've got fuel tanks going in there. We've actually got the wheels going on and then the actual engine being mounted down into the chassis. All the components you can imagine that's going to be plumbing that in, battery boxes, things like that, cooler systems, water systems. Speaking of which, we've got the radiator going down in there, air systems, bleed systems, all of those things being down in there to make it up. And then obviously down the back here we've got the winch, which is a working winch with a cable as well being fitted in there. Then it's working onto the actual bed system of it, so that's those going in, as you can imagine, right the way through. So those being fitted in very nicely. All the way through, again, mud flaps and things like that being added onto this one, the lighting system, all of those things in there to make up the actual bed for the truck itself. Then it's back to the cab, again, full detail cab interior as well, right the way through. It's quite basic, but it is military, so you're not expecting any luxuries whatsoever. But there we go, that's all being fitted down in there, and then actual cab exterior being fitted around that one. Steps, windscreen wipers, lighting, things like that being added on. And then making our way through, it's all coming together. So we've actually got the bed being fitted down onto the back, and then we've actually got the cab fitted in. We've got wheels, and again we've got the actual wings being fitted down onto this one, tyres going on there, lighting, things like that, bumpers all going through, and then the doors. And then depending on which one you're going to have, but you might as well put it together because you can put it on afterwards as well. You've actually got that rag top as well being fitted onto that one. Okay, then we got doors and hood being fitted down onto it, and then there's a couple of other things. Got the air filter going on the front, the mirrors, last minute cleats and handles and all those things, mirrors as well being fitted down onto the back until you've got your truck. Decals obviously very, very lightly done. There's just a few right the way over it, but you can see just to finish it off in Federation markings. So very, very nice indeed. Right, I tell you what, just to be awkward and different, we're going to do this slightly different because I'm amazed by the weight of these tyres. These tyres are incredibly heavy. So looking at them, we don't have, yes we do, we have something on there. So we do have a direction of travel marking on there. We do have some very light markings in there as well. I'm just trying to see, I can't read it to be honest, but it is something definitely in Russian. But good detail on this one. You see the tread pattern's very nice. Actually it's nice, but the big thing is they are really, really heavy. 6, and you got a spare as well, so we've got 7 tyres just down in there like that. They're all very, very nice indeed. Okay, so again, starting off on definitely the right foot. And the actual tyres, I know it sounds really stupid, but feel like rubber. It proper weight. It's not like that nylon stuff sometimes you can find with kits, tyres and things like that. Those definitely feel like proper rubber, thick, blocky rubber. Okay, so where are we going to start? Let's just jump into this giant bag just here. See if we can get in. There we go, we're in. So, trying to do this in somewhat of semblance here. I don't think it really matters which way we're going to go on this. You can see big old sprues, good sharp crispy plastic. Looking around in it, I can't see any major flash issues. I can't see any sink marks or anything else. The ejector pins are all very, very flush or slightly recessed as well. None of them are raised, so that's very nice indeed. Yeah, actually, that's very, very nice. So if we have a run around and have a look down in here. So obviously we've got the steering wheel, various things. We've got the doors on there. Okay, we've got the interior door cards on there like that. Various other light systems. You can see really nice stuff. So we've got the truck roof, we've got the cab floor, we've got the wings there, the back of the cab, internals of wings, and we've got the dashboard. Okay, moving across again, we've got all the sort of interiors, the air filters, things like that, and the truck exterior parts and the bonnet running down on there like that. But you can see very clean, tidy. Sprue gates are all very small, and on the smaller parts are even smaller, as you might imagine. That's actually really very, very nicely done. I do like this. I can see myself doing it quickly. Okay, so down on here, as you can see, another huge system on this one with various things, and again, no sign of flash, no sign of sink marks, anything else like that. Another clear, beautiful kit. So starting up in here, you can see we've got various exhaust systems and stuff, and we'll look across here, we've got that chassis running right the way across. That's really nice indeed. And then working down, we've got some of the engine parts. We've got the drum there for the spool, for the towing eye and cable. We've got the engine parts, as you can see, very nicely done as well. And then working our way down the bottom. Actually, you see the mud flaps right the way up. That is very, very nice indeed. And we do have the odd ejector pin, but this is the inside for the chassis runs, but they're not too bad. They're pretty much recessed, so it wouldn't take rocket science to fill those if you wanted to, if you're so inclined to do it. And again, that's not too bad at all. All of that's very nicely done. Little things I do like is obviously the drive shaft down in here. You can see very highly detailed, some very nice details on all of that. And things like down in here, we've got the engine, back of the engine it would be, so we've got oil filters and various filters on this one for down in there as well. And obviously I assume this is the sump underneath the engine. We've got the rocker covers down in there. That's all really very nicely done, very nicely detailed. It's clean and sharp, which is what we're looking for. Okay, so the bed itself, as you can see, huge parts, very much tarped, and it's got sink marks in it, which is quite nice, give it a little bit of texture and everything else like that. But the bed itself, Actually some nice details. We've got some tie down points, the sides, no problem with that at all. And even on the underside, which is the blind side, we've got a couple of ejector pins just under here. You're not going to see it, it's going to be covered with the running gear. But everywhere, like down on this, there's got no ejector pins anywhere that's going to see. They're tucked out of the way. And even this little guy just down on here for the tailgate has got no ejector pins on it whatsoever. So you're not going to have to worry about ejector pins on anything that's going to show. The only thing that has got them technically is the inside of the tarp if you're going to be doing it that way. There again, you're going to have to get your head around it to look in there, but somebody will. Okay, so some of the smaller parts down in here, as you can see. So we've got the relief springs, some more drive shaft type things, engine-y bits, and stuff like that. So if we just turn it and have a run through, you can see really nice detail on these wheel hubs as well. Some nice done, but even the relief springs are all quite sharp. You know, it's clean and crisp on these drive units and things like that. Very, very nice indeed. Incredibly well done. And again, blindsided, the ejector pins are nicely tucked out of the way. They're not on show. Again, it's that nice thing now where the manufacturer is taking the time with the locations. So here we've got a match pair because it's running gear and things like that. Again, just the wheels, they look absolutely fantastic. By the time you get those giant chunky tyres on it, they're going to look amazing. But you can see some really very smart details on these. Very clever injection moulding the way that Zvezda now work. Again, it just seems to be, there's a handful of companies out there, and Zvezda's definitely one of them as well, which is like, okay, that's going to really ramp it up and give the big boys a run for their money. Okay, so down in here we have, is that a little bit of, I wonder if they pre-painted it. We've got a bit of thread here. This is for your towing cable onto the rear. Okay, clear parts, as I say, they're flat, so they're going to be clear, which they are, but we've got some nice diffused Pharrell type lenses down into the headlights as well, so they're very nice indeed. Again, very nice, chunky stuff, but good stuff. We've got a tiny little bit of reflective sticker as well for your mirrors if you want to go down that route. Okay, and then we've got those decals. So decals, just a couple of differences in number plates, and then we've got some Federation markings down there as well, and some chevron type stuff, but nothing you would go too overboard with. And there we go. Again, I have to say, now I've looked at the kit, I'm thinking, we've got to build it because it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Think of your weathering possibilities you could do with this. Think of the diorama possibilities you could do with a truck like this as well. So definitely, I think it's one of those ones where it's actually going to be pretty much a must. It's going to go into my stash, but I don't think it's going to be there long. I think we're going to be building this one very, very quickly. Just out of interest, shameless plug, I know, but it is also available from us at PM Models because I love this truck and we were always going to stock it. And it's my favourite kit to date, definitely, and especially after seeing the review. But if you do want to do it, we've got it up on the site as well, just for £25 at the moment. So there we go. That is Zvezda's 1/35th scale URAL-4320 truck.